Welcome to the North Hudson Public Works Utilities Committee on Tuesday, November 17 at 5:34. Call to order, roll call, please.
Chair Pike,
Here.
Trustee Head,
Here.
Trustee Matz,
Here.
Item number 2, approve the minutes of the October 2020 Public Works meeting.
Move to approve the October 2020 Public Works meeting.
I second.
All right, any discussion, any changes that you guys saw that need to be put in there?
None that I saw.
No.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, item number 3, comments from the floor. I'm not seeing any extra folks on here. Item number 4 is village utilities discussion only. We're still tabling that as R&M. We just received our first report back from them. I think y'all probably got it. There are some corrections that are occurring. We'll probably be in discussion later this week. I was asked the question, when we're going to probably go into a video conference, just so y'all know, with R&M. And they were asking, should it just be the ad hoc committee or the board? And I said, let's just make it the board. Let's just save, a whole meeting where we have to turn around and explain everything to you again.
Right.
So that will be coming up. I don't know when. We found some errors already in the report, and we're making adjustments to those. So once we get that a little bit more final one from them, we'll set up that kind of meeting. So that will be coming, and that will drive this item number 4 eventually, whether we need to move forward as a utility or not. That's the idea. Item number 5, stormwater ERU discussion and possible recommendation. Patrick.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't have anything on that right now. I did speak with Patrick yesterday, and he's working on looking over the spreadsheet that was sent to him, and then he'll send that back to Melissa and I. We don't have anything right now, so I guess I'll leave that on the agenda for next month. So we can discuss it.
The idea here is that we saw some discrepancies in numbers, and we're trying to get those straightened out, basically.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Item number 6, fencing for public works garage discussion and possible recommendation. He finally, as you guys can see in your packet here, we've got 2 quotes now.
Can I speak for a minute?
Yeah. Let's.
Or do you need to?
Let's first let's get a motion on it, and then we'll go to discussion.
Move for a possible recommendation for a fence for the Public Works garage.
I second.
All right, discussion. Patrick, go ahead.
Okay, so we got the 2 quotes, and that's about double of the first quote that I had showed you guys, because I found that we needed, after we got everything cleaned up, that there was more fence that needs to be. So I did not budget for it, but I can, Melissa and I spoke with her. We can try to work something out for next year, or at least get part of it done and then budget for it in the next year. And then I spoke with the company that would possibly be doing the work, and it probably wouldn't get done this fall anyways, because they're just slammed. I mean, everybody's busy and short of help and what have you. So it's not going to go until spring anyways. So I guess it's up to you guys what you want to do. How do you want to proceed? I can leave it on the agenda just so it doesn't go anywhere, and then we can discuss it when it gets closer to spring and review. I can get updated quotes or whatever you want. And then maybe by then, by springtime, Melissa and I would have something worked out as to how we would finance it.
What's the timing on the survey? Because we wouldn't put the fence up till the survey's done, right?
Yeah, it's done.
The survey's done?
Yeah.
Okay. So we know what our property lines are up there.
Yep.
Any surprises, by the way?
No.
Okay. It's up to you guys. I mentioned this to Patrick yesterday, I think, or whenever we discussed this agenda. I asked them to find out, first of all, if they were going to try and do it in the fall. If they're not, right now, if they're not going to do it right now, should we just wait to bring this to the board in the spring?
I think we
Phil?
should. I think we should wait. We'll see what Phil says.
I agree.
Okay. So at this point, we will table this issue, Patrick, but I'm thinking maybe, when would they actually start in the spring? I don't know when the ground is.
Yeah, that's going to depend. April, whenever the frost comes out, I guess. They can go through a little bit of frost, but that would be more for going into the winter months because the frost is just starting. So when it's coming out, I'm guessing you would want to wait until all the frost is out of the ground before you
Talk about this in April and then approve it in April and then get it through the board and approve for May.
Yeah.
Right. So, Anne Marie, we're looking for a future agenda item here. It's all the way out to April. I don't know who keeps track, and we just don't want to drop the ball on it.
Okay.
I'll make note of it and make sure it stays on there.
Okay, but you can take it off the agenda if you want for now.
Mhm.
I think.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that issue is tabled.
Brian, do you guys have to do anything with the motion that's on the table right now?
I think I'm tabling the motion.
Is tabling okay? Okay. All right. I wasn't sure.
I think I can do that.
Okay.
I've done it before.
You did it, so we're good.
It's done. All right. That takes us to item 7, curb, gutter, and sidewalk replacement on Lemon Street North, discussion only.
I have nothing on that. I'll leave it on there for next month.
Okay. And we've got stuff.
We've got time.
We got stuff that needs to be fixed over there. If y'all haven't taken a ride by, sometime take a ride by and take a look at it. It won't be hard to find. All right. That takes us to item 8, Wisconsin Street North land acquisitions discussion and possible recommendation. Is this Kevin or Patrick?
Yeah, I guess I can tackle this one. So I believe there was a proposal that was included with your packet. So basically we're kind of at that next step. Corps been working on the construction plans. They're about 30% completed now. And so they know where the technically like the slope intercepts are or the grading limits. And I guess not to our surprise, but there's going to be some grading beyond the right of way, but it's going to be into the adjacent property owners. And with the DOT funding, there's quite a process to go through to get the acquisitions, just like the Highway 35 job. So I reached out to Corps and just to see what the cost would be for them to kind of tackle that portion of it. If you remember, as part of the SMA agreement, state municipal agreement, the real estate acquisition is 100% locally funded. So these are all going to be coming out of your pocket or dollars. And what they have figured for now is roughly about 12 parcels that we're going to need to acquire as part of the project. And on the last page.
And Kevin, can I interrupt you there?
Yeah, go ahead.
When you say these 12 parcels, so you're saying a part of 12 parcels, right?
So basically, yeah, so each parcel is like a property along the limits, where we have to reach out and try to negotiate a fee for them to work on their property as part of the project.
So we're not actually buying their property, just we're getting the right to work on the property.
Correct. So basically,
we don't have to extend our easements out further into people's yards. Okay, I just wanted to be clear on that.
Yeah. So it's just a temporary during construction to allow us to go on their parcel and do some grading. I know we're doing some things down by Stars Bar with the sidewalk, and there's a lot of things going on in that corner just to make it so it's handicap accessible, ADA
Right.
compliant. So, and then on the last page, you can see their number came in a little over $10,000 for them to do that work. And just one thing to note is they come up with their sales study and come up with like a nominal fee. And as of now, they're anticipating that to be, under $500 per parcel. They do have, the property owner has the right to ask for appraisal if they don't agree with that dollar amount, this nominal fee. Should that happen, then there'll be an additional cost for doing an appraisal. You don't know if we'll have to. That's all going to be determined once you get into the negotiation part of it. But this fee here for $10,400 does not include anything for appraisal costs. So
I know. How will residents be like notified of this? Because I'm just trying to anticipate their concerns and questions.
So there'll be somebody from CORE that's going to be contacting the people and giving them their rights.
Okay.
Again, sort of like the DOT, there's one person that was allocated for that,
Mhm.
to make that initial contact and work with them and try to get the documents in order and recorded and all that. So,
And answer questions if they might have them in that moment. Okay.
so
this is actually a 2022 budget item, right? Or are we paying this core group in 2021 to get this done?
correct. And there's a schedule that's on that third page.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah, so, there's a right-of-way plat and a relocation order, which is going to happen, in the near future. And then beginning of next year is kind of where all the work would actually take place.
Okay, so are they going to be billing us as they go, or is this a one-time, and when they're done, they're going to charge us then? How does that work?
I'm anticipating that it'll be, as they're, working, it'll be billed out on a monthly basis.
Okay.
Whatever dollar amount that they have into it at that point, and then up to the, the 10,400.
I guess for me, I would like to see, so we've got businesses down here. The possibility of us facing those additional fees is, I would say 50% or better, for the appraisals.
Yep.
Should we just go ahead and build in what they believe the cost of those 12 appraisals will be, just to show a high side, here's the max that it could cost us?
Yeah, I mean, you
That
could.
Yeah, that way we wouldn't surprise the board. I'd
Yep.
rather give them a number that says it's going to be, here's the conditions, and so the cost is going to be between here and here.
Yep.
So can you do that and have them add that to this?
Sure can.
I like the document.
And just so you're aware too, this is just, this doesn't include the actual fee amount. That's going to be determined, either they're going to agree to the nominal fee or the appraisal fee. So
Right.
that's going to be above and beyond. As of now, we're throwing a number around $5,000 for that, for a total of 15. But like what you're saying, if they wanted the appraisal, well, then that's above and beyond.
So nominal appraisal, what you're saying, they're charging $1,850 for a nominal?
So that would be for the appraisal per parcel.
Oh, so you just add the 1850, so that would be the high number, 1850 times 12.
Times 12, yeah.
Okay.
Times 12.
How much is that?
I think it was a little over 22,000.
Ouch.
Yeah, it adds up.
Crap.
Can we just ask them if we can work on their land? And they would politely let us just do our work?
Please.
If the DOT funding wasn't involved, that's, typically what we've done in the past, but unfortunately with their process, we have to go down this road.
We're improving everything, right?
And again, it's just a temporary easement. So it's going to be null and void once the work is done. But
All right.
fortunately, with the funding, this is their standard practice, and we have to go down this road.
Okay, so can you get us a list of the owners of these 12 parcels?
Yep.
That way Kathy and I can go out and party a little bit with them at Stars and see if we can fix this up. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I would like to see that list and see how many, some of them are businesses, right?
Yeah.
A chunk of them.
Yep. Yeah.
50%?
Yeah, I don't know if I think it'd be a little less than that, but there's
Okay.
a number of them down through
I
there.
was gonna say with the bars and the whole stretch of street with the apartments and
Yeah.
Storage facilities and all that, yeah.
yeah.
Well, let's see, we're not going as far as the storage facilities, are
No.
we?
No, we're just going right up to Third.
3rd Street, so that
Okay.
one street just passed.
Okay,
But that stretch from Stars going to the east
Mhm.
on the same side as Stars, it's got a lot of little mini businesses in there. I know, Rayleigh's got his pizza thing in there, and
Yep.
yeah, I just don't know how many businesses are there. Anyway, yeah, I'd like to see that. And are you asking, so we don't have to approve this tonight?
No, I think you still have some time. I mean, we still got to get the final plat and the relocation order in place. So, I mean, if you
So
want
you,
to defer it for
so-
another month,
so you'll come back. So, all right, let's just say this is our November meeting. So in our December meeting, we should have what that high number is.
Yep.
All that information. And yeah, I don't think we need you to put the names in this document of the 12 parcels, keep that separate, but I would like to have, here's the possibility of the total number, because, we're probably doing loans in 2021 for, the 35 project. And this would be, if we have that high number, we'd probably want to tack that onto those loans is what I'm thinking.
Sure.
That's a Melissa deal, but she'll know what to do, but I want to give her the high number so we're not underestimating anything.
sure.
Lori, Phil, any other questions for Kevin or comments on this one?
I agree with getting that high number.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Anything else about that, Kevin or Patrick? Nope. All right, that's it for number 8. Item number 9 is budget for 2021. Now on this one, folks, we had looked, back a ways at what Patrick's list looked like, and we didn't really get into a lot of discussion or have an opportunity to get into a lot of discussion about which ones should be done. And the budget, as you know, tonight was passed, but I wanted you guys to see what his budget looked like. So that's what's here in your packet. And if you have any questions for Patrick about any of this, feel free. Now would be the time to ask.
And Patrick, did you number these by like your priority items, or are they just random numbers?
No, they're just random.
Okay.
I'm kind of a shoot from the hip type of person.
We get it done. That's what matters.
Y'all understand what all these are, right? Brush cat attachment, grapple bucket attachment, land plane, snow blowers, obvious. The hot box attachment for the Mack
I
truck.
do not know what, I mean, I know that they're important, but I couldn't tell you, like, if you put a picture of one and told me to identify it, I might be able to figure it out, maybe.
So do you recall in the winter, late winter, early spring, and
Yep.
you'll see state trucks and county trucks, and they have, instead of having the plow on the front of them,
Yep.
they've got a big metal box,
Yep.
and there's mix in there. Hot mix. That's what it is.
Okay, for doing the roads, yep.
For patching. Yep.
Yep, for patching. And then I can guess the brush cat. What is the grapple bucket? That's the one I'm not sure of.
That's a bucket that is it's for like logging.
Okay,
So we can pick up brush and stuff, and it has a like a hand on the top of
Yep.
it, so you can squeeze it together, dump it, and then it's also not a solid bucket. So I'm hoping that we can use it in sandy areas, maybe
Okay.
the beach or something like that.
Thank you. I mean, I would guess it with context clues, but I appreciate you filling in the blanks. Thank you,
Yep.
Patrick.
Yep.
All right, any other questions on the budget? I mean, you've got the expense side and these ones here, this list of budgeted items 1 through 7, are those considered capital?
Well, they will be because they'll all be combined.
Okay,
And
All right.
they're considered capital because they would, how it's explained to me is the Bobcat is capital, and anything that you add to it will just increase the value of that. So it's all capital.
okay, and then the second page, as you can see, is basically, he did move some dollars around in the expense budget, change things up, but at the end of the day, his expense budget was pretty close to the previous year, Patrick?
It was lower. I cut some
Actually lower.
stuff. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then I did, just so everybody knows, I did move Melissa and I spoke about the crack filling. So you'll see on there that was brought down to 0, and I split those two numbers between the seal coating and the spray patch, hot patching.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. All right. Any other questions for Patrick on the budget? Okay, if not, we're down to item number 10, chair update. I have nothing new for you at this point in time. There is still some discussion going on about the Rod and Gun Club. I heard there was another interesting meeting tonight. If you want to go, they are looking to North Hudson to pony up on their repair of their road, is what I heard. I haven't seen that. That's just what I heard, but you might want to look at that meeting. It would be interesting if we could ask them to pony up on repairs of some of our roads. But that's all I have. Item number 11 is our engineer's report. Kevin?
Yeah, just on the Wisconsin Street project, just to give the committee members an update. We've gone through and re-looked at, since we're 30% into the plans now, we re-looked at the estimates that were put together from the original one. The sewer and water looks like it's going to be coming in close to what we originally had. And again, those estimates were done back in 2015. So as you can imagine, seen increases in costs. But the biggest thing is the participating items, which is like storm sewer, the street work, sidewalk. That number is looking to be coming in quite a bit substantially more. So we took it to the next stage between Core and myself and approached the DOT for some additional funding, just because it was going to be quite a bit more than what it was originally estimated at. And so we submitted documentation a week and a half ago, and we got a response back yesterday that it looks like they did approve it, which is great news for the village.
Sweet.
So you're going to get another $220,000 for the project.
Awesome.
Nice job.
Yeah, great job.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, you bet. So overall, Melissa and I have been kind of working back and forth and trying to give them you guys an idea of what the whole project cost is going to be. And it looks like it's about $365,000 for it. Not including what we talked about tonight with the appraisals, but at this stage, it's about $365,000.
Now, is that with the full sidewalk being done on the west side? No, that's something we have to pick up on our own at the end or during the project?
Yeah, that'll be as part of the 35 job. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. Any other questions for Kevin on that?
No.
No.
Thank you,
Okay.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Anything else, Kevin, on your report?
That's all I got.
All right. Item number 12 is director's report and project updates. Patrick.
I do not have a whole lot on that. We are currently in the process of cleaning up the streets. Trying to button up a few projects. We got all of our curb and gutter poured that needed to be poured, and probably tomorrow we'll be throwing some hot mix in some holes. I thought we were gonna run out of time after last week's joke from Mother Nature. But yeah, so hopefully all of our open projects will be cleared up. And then I don't know, did I mention our training last meeting? I can't remember. All three of us completed the water training. So the two guys that are not certified operators, they completed their training. So we just have to wait for DNR to resume testing again, and then they can get their certifications. So I just wanted to pass that along because we spent like a week doing that. So it's quite a long process.
Great news.
And yeah, that's all I got, I guess.
All right, that takes us to item 13. Any questions for Patrick before I move on his projects? Okay. Item 13, Public Works Capital and Equipment Planning and Discussion only. We just passed the budget, so I'm just gonna fly by unless one of you has something you want to throw on there. Okay. Item 14, Public Works Committee, future goals, agenda items. Anybody got any future goals or agenda items for us? All right, that takes us to item 15, which is adjournment. We are adjourned at 6:01 p.m. Thanks, everybody.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah.